Leo, hi. I had to make another video. All of the lives that I did earlier, they are listed in the actual playlist, but they didn't actually make it onto the page, unfortunately. Not sure what is going on with that. I'm working on it as we speak, but until then, I just want to go ahead and make a regular video for you as well. So you're lucky you got two reads today. All fire signs kind of lucked out this week. Guess this week was supposed to start with a bang or a flash or something like that, and a really big fireball. But in any case, I'm going to go ahead and use the Rider-Waite Tarot. And I haven't been using my voodoo cards, but I am drawn to use them now. So I will go ahead and do that. I've already shuffled a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and shuffle a tiny bit more. I definitely would encourage you guys to go look at that other Leo read. It was a really good one. Hopefully we can get some continuing messages. Okay, so I just tried to shuffle the cards and they just didn't want to go together. They did not want to splice together. Yeah, again, they're okay. Maybe you need to loosen up a little bit about something, Leo. I just realized how hard I was holding on to those cards. Maybe that's the reason they weren't flipping together so easily. But definitely, I'm seeing, there's a whole lot of interesting information. And yeah, these cards don't want to be shuffled at the moment. I even tried shuffling them side by side like this, and as opposed to this way, and they don't want to come together. Yeah. That may be an overriding theme for you. You may have an Aquarius. Aquarius just came up twice in your life, who you feel like is having a hard time coming together with you, or you're having a hard time coming together with them, or whatever the case may be. You will know how to surprise your life better than I will. That's finally a good shuffle. We will see what comes out for you guys in all of this. Let's see what flips out. Okay, so we've got the Two of Pentacles is the first. Okay, got the Two of Pentacles. We've got the Nine of Swords in the upright. We've got the Justice in reverse. And two cards actually just flew out, so I'll take them. And we've got the Eight of Wands in reverse, as well as the Page of Swords in the reverse. Okay, so this is actually kind of some rough energy. Looks like somebody is juggling or going back and forth between two situations, needing to find some stability. This man is pretty light on his feet, but also he's juggling a lot. He's got a lot on his plate. He's trying to balance something out and not really being able to do so. And it's causing a lot of stress, a lot of anxiety, a lot of sleepless nights, a lot of worry, a lot of mental distress is what I'm, obviously seeing. It's not a situation that is bringing justice to anybody. It's not a situation that's fair for you, Leo, to have to deal with. It looks like there's been no communication about this and a whole lot of gossiping regarding whatever situation it is that you're stuck in or that you're juggling over here to begin with. This honestly seems like a little bit of an offshoot from what we saw earlier, but I'm honestly just hearing that you're feeling totally at a loss. Not only do you not know how to bring justice into fruition, but you're not sure, based off of all this mental activity and turmoil that you're in, you're not sure how to communicate that you're juggling this information that's really difficult for you to kind of stomach or swallow. It's gossip. It's people doing things and saying things and having ill intentions towards each other. And as a Leo, you guys have huge, big hearts. Like huge, big hearts. Leos are some of the most loyal, most loving, most amazingly giving, generous, wonderful people that you will ever meet, just in general. That tends to be their outlook on life until you do something to them that changes that. And what I'm seeing here is that you're not sure how to change any of this. At this time, it's just a real clear separation between maybe justly being able to say something to somebody about a challenging, like maybe if in an ideal world, somebody was able to say, hey, you know what, it's really unfair that you're speaking about this difficult situation to me in such a way, or it's really unfair that I'm having to communicate all of this difficult information while juggling all of this mental strife by myself. It just seems like you got a lot, like way too much on your plate for you to handle happily, for you to be able to really thrive and grow in a productive way, especially since all three of these were in the reverse. So I hope that you can see what I'm saying, that there's a disconnect here. And that disconnect in large part has to do with someone not being able to communicate their displeasure about something. Someone does not have the liberty of being able to say, hey, like this is way too much for me to deal with, okay? Maybe you're stuck in the middle of something here and stuck in the middle of some really difficult communication or some challenging situations, Leo. Maybe you're playing middleman with somebody, or maybe you're going through the justice system where you don't feel like you're making progress, or you don't feel like you're being listened to or acknowledged in a certain way. This is, justice card can be like a more of a Libra type energy, just because of the scales of justice. Something's not weighing out with you. Something is not weighing out with you. Like it's just not working one way or the other. And that could be because of this disparity in communication, and then also the other side of that being like a lack of communication, and then also after this lack of communication, just a crap storm of gossip, slander, defamation, whatever kind of libel you can think of here. It's like this is messy, especially given that there's justice involved. Something very unfair could have taken place to you with what somebody said, what somebody did, what somebody is currently doing, making you juggle. Whatever the situation is, it's really stressing you out because you would like that balance back. You're tired of juggling. You're tired of trying to communicate things that aren't getting through. You're really needing a break, is what I'm saying here. You're needing some type of justice to come in and say, hey, enough is enough, Let me see what kind of clarifications we can get for these cards. I'm going to go ahead and use the voodoo deck, like I said before, and we will see what comes of it. Voodoo deck. Sorry for all this, guys. I don't really care. That's the A number one. B number two is it just started snowing outside over here, and we were out running errands, and then all of a sudden it just downpoured. So literally my hair is like all frizzy because it had snow in it. So anyway, so for the let me see what's going on with the Two of Pentacles, please, for Leo. Okay. I am going to take the top card and the bottom card because they popped out at the same time. The two cards that came out for this were La Place and Obatala. Okay? You may have encountered some place, some person, something that started this juggling experience for you. I don't know who that is. But this man is dressed all in white. He has a dove on his shoulder, but you can't really see what's going on with the dove. He's got 3 different snails crawling up his arm, which kind of lets you know this is his right arm. He's somehow there's a slow drip of information, a slow incoming of knowledge or divinity that this man has under his hat. I don't know why I'm seeing it. Somebody kind of tilt their hat at somebody on the way down the street or something like that. But this man is in reverse, which means that what you may have been juggling here was not wanting the slow drip of a snail. A snail's motion is slimy, it's reclusive, it's got a shell that it needs to maintain unless it's going to just become a slug. Slugs are what they use in guns. I don't know why that's coming to mind as well. But this whatever place that you're at right now, whatever crossroads you're standing at, you've got your emotions being cut off. So this man has water dripping out of his hands, being cut off, and it's going down. I'm seeing this as a sewer grate for some reason. I'm just seeing like a storm flood overflowing when it's really, really, really storming outside, like with rain. The storm floods or the storm drains overflow. And it's oftentimes puts people in this really big like rush to get home, or kind of in a bad mood when it starts to be bad weather outside while you're out doing what you need to do. This I'm seeing is you juggling that same slow drip of information, or same slow, and realizing that it may have been slimy. I don't know why I'm just feeling like slime, or the trails that these snails have left were the trails of your divinity that were taken by this place. If you had all these big plans to go outside and do some art or get some workout in, or whatever the case may be, you were juggling between your emotions doing that, like, oh yes, I really want to get in shape, and all these really good intentions, right? That's X marks the spot. That was your goal, versus the sliminess. So I know sometimes when I'm running, I'll have a moment where I have to spit a whole phlegmy loogie or something like that, which is so sexy, obviously. Just kidding. I'm just kidding. But I'm saying, sometimes in order to breathe a little deeper, you need to get something out of this place, or get something out of your eyes. I'm just also seeing the mucus in your eyes and in your nose. Your whole face can really get drippy when you think about it. And I don't know why, but because of this man's head being the main focus of this, I'm just seeing that some kind of divinity may have flown up in your face. The hat kind of being, wherever my father lays his hat is his home. You may be feeling like whatever place it is that you're at, you're not quite home. The hat is on its head. It's slimy trails, and you're having to juggle back and forth between this place and this place. This place and that place, this place and those snails place. It's like you're having to make multiple trips, maybe to work, to school, to the store, and then start over again. This is what you've been juggling, all of these different places, or maybe this is different mindsets of yours. Feeling positive, like divinity, feeling negative feelings like this, like the slime. Like the slime, and then feeling, homeless or something like that. You don't have a place to hang your home or your hat. Hang your home? What is going on, Leo? You tell me. I don't really know. You could be trying to, you could be juggling between two options of two people. This could be two homes. This could be two new ideas. This could be an old, like a past and a future. This could be, this duality right here could represent a lot of things, but I'll just leave it there. Let me get two cards for the Nine of Swords here. This is going to be, okay. All right. So this is sleepless nights. This is stress and worry, concern. The two cards that came out for this, interestingly enough, was Marie Laveau and also the Siren. So I don't know, you need to go back and watch your other videos, but this is really interesting to me. Somebody may have a calling or a actual dream state kind of existence where they're deeply embedded in their emotions, but also very, very mystical, mystery of a person, undefinable, not able to be pinned down, not able to be. Both of the Siren and Marie Laveau have a lot of mythological meaning behind them. A lot of people have taken certain attributes and pin them on to both of these individuals. You could be the one feeling like somebody is pinning these two attributes on you, or this could be the emergence of these two attributes that you have been juggling, that you've been unable to find a place for. Maybe this is something that you personally are going through, Leo, where you need to kind of exhume the part of yourself or bring up, kind of grieve, or put a, I'm just hearing a nightcap right here. Somebody may be drinking a lot like a fish to get through whatever kind of mysticism they feel like has been put on them, or like spell work had been put on them, and was causing them a ton of stress, a ton of mental anxiety, a ton of stories to be circulating in their head at all times of night, all times of hours of the day here. And what I'm seeing is that this is actually the same entity. Is actually the same person, the same thing. Some people don't know how to shake themselves out of this mind space. Okay. When you know that there's a problem, one of the best things that you can do for yourself is take both sides. Play devil's advocate. Say, hey, not only am I going to stand up for what I know to be true for myself, but I'm also going to take up for this person right here. I'm going to speak for the mermaid. I'm going to tell you what the mermaid feels like at this time, what the siren is trying to sing to you at this time, what this woman may be feeling versus this woman, how they may both be feeling at the same time. There's a veil. There's a thin, thin veil between what we know here up on Earth and what's up under the sea. You know how in the Little Mermaid, she's got Ursula down there, and Ursula's like this big old octopus and kind of evil lady, whatever. I don't really know that, I'm speaking about Ursula as an actual octopus, but I'm just thinking about like Doctor Who and how your brain has a stem and then goes all the way down your back is a whole cord. I'm seeing this mermaid as being Ursula, almost as having many different arms, as being able to juggle many different things. And if you thought of Ursula and Ariel as being the same people, or speaking for each other, being devil's advocate for each other, so that she could try to get up on the ocean, like out of the ocean, and be with Eric, this is really a kind of realizing and rectifying the fact that there is a veil between the two. Those are two separate worlds. Marie Laveau cannot breathe underwater, and this siren cannot breathe air. They're two different worlds, two separate existences. So whether you're drowning in your feelings, or whether you're able to mix together concoctions that are very healing, or are a kind of a spell or a tincture, Marie Laveau was a healer. She was a voodoo high priestess. So this siren, in a very same way, when you talk about the Iliad and the Odyssey, she was the one that was beckoning men towards the opening of their journey towards home, towards the Odyssey. I just am thinking about the Odyssey van right now for some reason. Like, this is a van, whereas this is a sports car, or this is a full lobster dinner, and this is a full bison dinner. Both luxuries, both rare, both not something that you get every day, but also very opposite. When you go for, lobster and steak, there you go. This is the cohesion of the two, but without the stress and the worry here, in order to get rid of that, you need to play devil's advocate, because otherwise you got to take one side or the other, and then it becomes a juggling act. You're back and forth. You're back and forth. You're here, you're there. Leo, you may be torn between two people, one that's more watery or emotional, like a Pisces, or Scorpio, Cancer. This could be more of a, this doesn't have a sign associated with it, but it's number 2. So I'm just going to say it's probably like a pentacle. She's got all the cowrie shells hanging from the back. And her hand is able to open that veil. You see, she's got her hand on that veil and she's ready to pull it back. That's the same thing here with the mermaids. They will not let you pass until you've already given them what they want. Both of these individuals know how to pull back or clear the way or make space for, but only once you've done what they are asking. And that may be why this is really stressing you out. You may be trying to appease too many people. You may be trying to cater to too many different sides of yourself. If you're usually very emotional and all of a sudden you're very logical, you may need to go backwards, or vice versa. I don't know how this is going to apply to your specific situation, but you can certainly take a look into that. Justice in reverse. Please clarify justice in reverse for me. Okay, we've got Ague la Flambeau and the Coochie card. So maybe there's no justice in something that a new passion, a new flame, a new endeavor that you've got going on. These people are all laying on cots next to each other. There may be, even though you could be married, Leo, and because you're married, you could feel really separate from other people at this time. Maybe your spouse. Maybe this is you and your spouse. Maybe this is you and the other side of maybe you're feeling like you need to separate out things that are too hot to handle at this moment and causing unjust situations. If you're sleeping, if you feel like you're sleeping alone, even though you're sleeping around other people or in a tent with other people, that can oftentimes feel like you're in a room full of people, but you're by yourself. And I've said this before, but that's a very lonely way to feel. When you think you're the only person who may be perceiving the heat from that, or going through such horrible nightmares, or going through such turbulent passage, is what I'm hearing, of information, that this, maybe you've got the information coming from above and you've got the information coming from below, and because the two are pulling on one another, both directions, then you're not able to really get the exactly the justice, exactly the communication that you need to put out this fire and transgress or move forward in a productive way, or the way that you would prefer, which is not juggling. Let's see what we can get for the Page of Swords and for the Eight of Wands here. We'll do Eight of Wands first since it came out first. Okay, you may be dealing with a Sagittarius, okay, who is going through some type of a awakening, coming to realize something that was previously very sad situation. This is the Sagittarius card for this deck. It is an arrow. The centaur, or the half horse, half human, is the one with the bow and arrow. That is the Sagittarius sign. So you could be going through, previously there could have been a Sagittarius that was experiencing a lot of sadness surrounding their world or surrounding the reality of their world. This is coming out in reverse, along with the Page of Swords in reverse. So someone could be gossiping, a Sagittarius could be gossiping a lot about a earth sign, or the earth sign could be gossiping a lot about the Sagittarius. Either way it goes, you feel really caught in the middle, Leo, and you're not able to kind of, if we look at these two cards together, you know, in this specific deck, both of the, you know, Santeria is 10, so this is the completion of something. And ocho, sí, ocho in Spanish is 8, and then sí is yes. So ocho sí, I don't know what that means, and I don't know what that means for this specific card, but I'm just reading it intuitively. You may have thought that you saw a way to go and feed yourself, a way to eat, a way to kind of make ends meet with this Sagittarius. And sadly enough, there could have been a earth sign, or maybe you're an earth sign somewhere in your chart, Leo. Sadly enough, this was actually clouding someone else's world completely. This is the number 1. So there could have been completion of someone, a completion of something that caused a lot of sadness all around the world, all around someone's existence. And that's largely what I'm seeing here, is that you've been stressed. Like somebody took it upon themselves to completely stress you out. Looks like this earth sign is extremely upset and extremely sad about the situation as well. But in the reverse, this is coming out of that. However, it's happening. So, you know, whether this is challenging information and gossip that comes out to kind of shed light on what's been happening, whether this is you, you know, in the upright, this is kind of a child bringing somebody some information that's not so easy to hear. This could definitely be both a earth sign and a Sagittarius both feeling like this gossip has affected them, or could be the same person who had a goal in mind that they were aiming for, and they missed the mark. They really missed the mark. Or maybe both of these individuals feel like they're being gossiped about or talked about. I'm not sure. You will know how this whole reading applies to you, Leo, but I definitely just wanted to make sure that you got another read, since the other one didn't really upload onto my main channel. I will catch you next time. If you want to look at some of the older reads, I did make those playlists. Enjoy, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.